Hello everyone, you guys are welcome back to the channel. This is Be Real with Livingstone Immunity, and I'm so excited that you guys took the time to join this video from YouTube if you're joining on YouTube, and podcast from Spotify if you are joining from Spotify and other platforms. For those of you joining from other platforms, I just want to say a very big thank you for the support and for you guys who have been sending in messages, those who have been liking the video, who have been subscribing, making comments. I just want to say a very big thank you to all of you. And today we're going to continue the series we started a couple of weeks ago, and today we'll be talking about alcohol addiction. We've talked about social media addiction, we talked about drug addiction last week, and today we will be talking about the alcohol addiction. So how do I stop alcohol addiction is the topic for today. So as usual, sit back, relax, get your pen and your notepad, because I know you're gonna learn a lot from this video. So let's dive right into it. So the first question is, what is alcohol addiction? Now, alcohol addiction, similar to the drug addiction, is the inability to control drinking due to both physical and emotional dependence on alcohol. So when you have the inability to stop yourself from drinking alcohol, or to reduce the number of intake, maybe daily or weekly or monthly, then there's a high possibility that you are addicted to alcohol. Some people say that alcohol addiction is like a drinking disorder. Other people say it's just like an inbuilt ability that you can actually stop. You understand? Like it starts with a trait, it moves to, it's not part of your character that you can no longer stop. But I believe that anything can be stopped. You just have to put in the effort and be intentional about it, then you'll be able to either stop being addicted to alcohol, or reduce the number of intake for drinking alcohol, or the number of intake of alcohol you drink. So what are the motivation for alcohol? What are those triggers that push someone to take in alcohol? Number one, I would say it's the culture. There are some culture that they do not discourage drinking of alcohol. When you're having a gathering or an event, alcohol has to be present because it's part of the culture. You cannot remove alcohol from the culture. And I am not saying that alcohol is bad. All I am saying is that the too much of it is actually not good. Too much of it is not good at all. So we should see how we can reduce the number of intake. And for those of you who have seen the side effects and you're like, oh, I need to stop because the side effect is getting too much, it's affecting me, it's affecting certain areas of my life, I need to stop, and you're in a situation whereby alcohol is part of your culture, I would say the culture can be a motivation, the culture can be a trigger, but there's something you can do about it, and then we're going to talk about that later on the video. The number two trigger is the religion. There are some religion that actually do not stop people from taking alcohol. I know of a particular religion that does not condemn alcohol but condemns being drunk, right? They don't say you cannot drink, but they tell you that getting drunk is bad, and it's a sin. So some religion actually discourage people from getting drunk, and all other religion uh, they frown at alcohol. They do not take alcohol at all. So some religion actually don't discourage alcohol, but they discourage getting drunk. So if you part of a religion that is okay with drinking alcohol, so this can actually be a trigger. Number three is family. Family. There are some family that actually accept alcohol, so this can be a trigger. And when kids from this family are exposed to alcohol at an early stage, I bet you gotta know that when they grow older, there is a high possibility of them actually taking alcohol. So the family also play a major role in adults taking alcohol. So you should know that if you are from a family that takes alcohol, then there's a high possibility that you too you're gonna take alcohol when you get older. And finally, we have work, friends, and colleagues. So there are some work that they encourage taking of alcohol, not during the working hour, like say Friday night. The work colleagues, the friends just want to go out and have some fun. So taking alcohol is not something that is being frowned at. So these are some of the triggers. There are other triggers, but these are some of the major triggers and motivation for alcohol. Now we've seen the triggers. What are the symptoms? Well, what are the symptoms of alcoholism? How do I know that I'm getting closer to being addicted to alcohol? Number one is drowsiness. You're unable to concentrate. Where you feel drowsy. You can't stand properly. So this is number one symptom. Number two is the sense of euphoria. So you have this intense excitement and happiness when you're drunk. You feel like you're on top of the world. But just know that these are this stage is gonna kind of fade away. It doesn't last forever. So you're sad. You just had a misunderstanding with your partner or your kids or whatever stress you're going through, and then you just want a feeling, this feeling of excitement. So you go take some bottles of alcohol and know that it's gonna fade away. It's gonna fade. So number two symptoms is the sense of euphoria. Number three is the change in mode. So you see that your mode is gonna change from being sad to being happy. And number four symptoms is a slowed speech. You're not able to articulate properly. You don't speak well anymore. Why? Because you're intoxicated and your brain is not, I won't say functioning well, but there's kind of something going on in your head, so you can't really speak properly. And the next is the vomiting. You tend to throw up, and it's really not a good experience. And then you have diarrhea. You have the loss of coordination and loss of consciousness, and sometimes blackout. Now the loss of coordination, you won't be able to drive or motor vehicle or anything. You'll be able to stay coordinated when you're intoxicated. And the loss of concentration and blackout, sometimes people are like, oh, I don't remember what happened last night. Yeah, because you had the blackout and loss of concentration. So these are some of the symptoms of alcoholism. So if you're experiencing any of this when you take alcohol, there's a high possibility that you may be moving towards the alcohol addiction, and you have to stop or reduce it. Now, what are some of the effects? What are some of the negative effects of alcohol addiction? I would say number one is it affects your personal relationship. So when you're addicted to alcohol, it's gonna affect the relationship you have with your family and your friends. Your personal relationship with your partner, your kids, it's gonna be affected. Do you really want to lose your family because of some alcohol? So you just need to know what you want. What exactly are you fighting for? What exactly do you want? What exactly are you what exactly do you desire to have? And number two is the heart and liver disease. So the continuous intake of alcohol is going to affect your heart and your liver. You do not want to have health conditions because of alcohol. You don't want to have, and a lot of people yearly are complaining of liver disease. Why? Because of the intake of alcohol. Number three is cancer. Too much of alcohol can actually lead to cancer. You want to be very careful about that. And number four, it can lead to motor vehicle crash and other accident. And DUI, which is driving under influence, is one of the major cause of road accidents in Maryland and other states in the United States. So you do not want to be the cause of someone else losing his life. So you need to be very careful. And if you must drink, try not to drive or have someone drive the vehicle, or you can order an Uber or Taxify. But make sure you don't drive when you're drinking, and you want to get home safe to your family and not being involved in an accident. And the next is violence. Alcohol addiction can actually lead to violence. You end up uh, being angry easily, you understand, and this can lead to violence. And finally, suicide. It's data has proved that some of the people who commit suicide were actually addicted to alcohol. Not all of them, some of them were addicted to alcohol and they were drunk at the point of them committing suicide. So you know the effect, you've seen some of these effects, so you need to be careful that you don't end up losing your life or having health challenges because of your addiction to alcohol. We've talked about the motivation, we've seen the symptoms, we've seen the effect. Now I know most of you are asking, how then do I stop? How then do I want my partner to stop? How then do I want my family members to stop? How then do I want my friends to stop? Or how do I stop this alcohol addiction? Number one, I would say you have to inform others. Inform the people around you, inform your friends, inform your family, and you need to have this consciousness that I want to stop this alcohol addiction. I want to stop. So you inform your friends like I want to stop this and I want you to be aware. So you be like an accountability partner. So let me know if I'm going back on my words. I want to stop and then I end up taking the alcohol. Let me know. So you inform your friends, inform the people around you. I want to stop this and I want you to watch me so I don't go back. Number two, you need to avoid the triggers. What are the triggers? Is it a particular community? Then if it's the community, you have to leave that community. Is it your friends? Every Friday night they're inviting you to come have guys night and girls night. You need to tell them that, oh, I realize that going at Friday night to certain bars or certain places triggers me to take alcohol. I want to stop going to these places. So you inform them, I want to stop going to those places. If it's your community, you need to leave that community and join a different community. So you just need to identify the triggers and avoid those triggers. And number three, you have to try something new. It can be an exercise, swimming, a new hobby. Try something new that will take your mind off the alcohol. Now the thing is that people who take alcohol are mostly people who are lonely, who are idle. If you're busy, you won't have time for alcohol. So do something. Number four, you have to reward the progress. So if you tell yourself you want to stop taking alcohol and you've been able to go for a day without alcohol, reward yourself. I'm not saying reward yourself with alcohol, I'm saying reward yourself with a gift. If you can go 5 days without taking alcohol, reward yourself. If you can go 14 days without taking alcohol, reward yourself. If you can go a month without taking alcohol, reward yourself. So you know that there is something to look forward to. There is a reward at the end if you continue abstaining from alcohol. And finally, join a community, join people who are like-minded, join people who are also trying to stop alcohol. It can be therapy, it can be whatever you want to do, but join a community of people who are doing everything they can to stop this alcoholism, and then you guys can work these things together. You guys can work and kind of know that this is what you want to achieve at the end. It's better to go this race as a team than going through this race alone, because you can get discouraged when you're doing this alone. But when you're doing it with a group of people, you know, one person is encouraging the another person and motivating the other person not to give up. Now someone will ask, okay, if I stop taking alcohol because I'm already addicted to alcohol, what else should I take? What, because I love the feeling of holding that beer bottle, I love the feeling of drinking, the feeling that comes with drinking, the excitement that comes with drinking. I want that. Now if you want me to stop drinking, what else should I be doing? So I would say there are other things, there are other substitutes for alcohol. Number one, you can take soda with fresh lime. So just cut some fresh lime and put in your soda and drink. That can actually be a very good substitute for alcohol. Number two is a sparkling water. You can take sparkling water as a substitute for alcohol. Number three is diet drinks. So some persons say, oh, it's soda, I don't want to take too much soda. You can actually take diet drinks because the sugar concentration in diet drink is actually reduced, so you can take diet drinks. And finally, you can take non-alcoholic beer because you want to have that excitement, that feeling of holding the bottle of beer. So you can use that to trick your brain. Your brain would think you actually are taking alcohol because you're holding the bottle of beer, but it's a non-alcoholic beer. And this with this, you should be able to substitute the alcohol intake with other drinks and other beverages. It's not gonna uh work overnight, right? It takes time. You don't tell yourself you want to stop alcohol today and then the next day you stop taking it. The temptations are gonna come because the triggers are there, but it's a conscious effort. You need to consciously want to stop this thing, and you're gonna stop this thing. And I know it's not gonna be easy, I know it's gonna take a lot of effort, but look at the bright side. No, look at the reward you're gonna get. You're gonna live healthy. Your liver, your heart is gonna be healthy. You're not gonna have cancer. You're not gonna be involved in any vehicle crash. Your personal relationship with your family and friends is gonna be improved. So look at the reward. Look at the end product of being a non-alcoholic, right? Look at the end product and let that be your motivating factor to keep doing this thing and make sure you win at the end. I'm gonna be right here if you want to talk to someone. If you're struggling with this alcohol and you want to talk to someone, I will be right here with you. As I said before, it's not gonna be easy, but you just have to make that conscious effort of stopping the alcohol intake. And that will be all for today. If you enjoy what you just heard, please do it to subscribe to the channel and share with your friends and people you know who are actually struggling with alcohol and you want to really help them. Share this video and podcast out with your friends, and I will see you again next week where we're going to talk on a different addiction. And I do where this message is really helping some of you all. So take care and stay safe. Bye.